Everyone, this is Talk for Glory, episode 127. This is the 127th episode. We are 24 hours away from a two-company show, a crossover, if you will, for Marvel and DC fans. As you already know, I'm Enigma V4. Unfortunately, Young Smooth couldn't make it here. Always remember, guys, that Talk for Glory will never be mine. It will never be just his. It is both of ours. But Forbidden Door is just so big that I didn't think I could just cover it myself. As much as I love AEW, as much as I love New Japan Pro Wrestling, I just had to get a guest for this. And honestly, as you guys know, I have a TikTok. I have made some amazing friends there. I've met some really cool people there. I have met someone that goes by many names. Where should I go with this? Oh, I got this. The leader of the Fuck Roman Reigns Society, the man that keeps getting banned on TikTok, the man that will never be down by TikTok, the man that TikTok just can't stop from uploading stories, posts, debates. Everyone, welcome Zay.
Hello, people. So, I'm Zay. Zay 3.0, the star before time.
There you go. Zay, how long have you been a wrestling fan?
Going on 13 years.
13 years? Now, I know we've spoke in DMs, but do you remember your first wrestling match?
Yes, it was Raw 2009, Triple H versus Randy Orton.
And would you say after that match you were just hooked?
Yes, I would. I didn't see Randy Orton do the RKO, so I was very fascinated by what that move would have looked like, and that just it kept me there for weeks on weeks.
So you're a big fan of the Diamond Cutter, right?
Yeah. I'm a little bit on the younger side, so it's the RKO for me, but any cutter is a great move in my opinion.
Nice. So unfortunately this isn't a WWE video, so how about I transition the question to what was the first outside of WWE promotion you saw?
TNA.
You remember your first match there?
Generation Me versus the Motor City Machine Guns.
For you guys that don't know, Generation Me, for you guys that don't know, Max and Jeremy Buck, now better known as the Young Fucks, the Young Cucks, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jacksons. I'm sure Jim Cornette will maybe one day stumble upon this video and just start throwing up from the mention of these guys. Versus one of the greatest tag teams, injury-prone Chris Sabin, and Alex Shelley, two X Division legends. What a great match to see outside of the WWE.
Yes. And of course, back then it was 2010, so you had AJ, Matt Morgan, people like that. It was a very good time in TNA.
One of the most underrated stars in the business, Matt Morgan, in my eyes.
Blueprint had something. I don't know what they did with him.
They ruined him. That's what they did.
Yeah.
But all right. So since we're already gone from WWE to TNA, let's keep the follow train going here. Right. What was your first New Japan match?
I want to say Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega, but I feel like the first full New Japan match I watched might have been Ospreay versus Takagi.
Best of Super Juniors finals, New Japan Cup finals, G1.
Best of the Super Juniors. I think it was Best of Super Juniors, yeah.
Personally, I love that match. For you guys that already see, and you guys have already seen the videos where the thumbnail of my profile picture is the United Empire, remember, guys, whether it's now 5 or 10 minutes, I want to see crowns up in that damn comment section. All right, so we've got Randy versus Triple H. We've got Gen Me versus Most Machine Guns. We've got Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega in the G1, or Shingo Takagi versus Will Ospreay, Best of Super Juniors finals. All right, now let's go to something which we can still technically say is a new company. What's your first AEW match you saw?
Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara, the first show.
The first match, the opener.
Yes.
What did you think of these guys? Because as most people, as myself, whenever I watch a new promotion, there's a lot of who's that and who cares. So what were your thoughts before I give you mine?
I had no clue who Kip Sabian was, but I did a little bit of research into Sammy Guevara after the January 1st press conference they did at Daly's Place. And, Sammy's a spectacular performer. I really loved, the Panda idea he had at first. But overall, with it being a new promotion, I was more interested in seeing what they could bring to the table, showcasing more independent wrestling and what wrestling could be outside of WWE, which is all I've known up until 2019, other than, TNA.
Right.
So, it was definitely different, but I enjoyed, the new wrestlers and everything. Particularly, I really liked Riho and Miko Satomura.
Ooh. But hey, are you using headphones? I'm starting to hear a little bit of a cutout.
Yeah, I'm using headphones.
Yeah, you mind taking them out real quick? Or do you need it real quick?
Hello?
Yeah, try talking.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. But I actually got into AEW. I want to say the second or third match of that night, because if I remember correctly, NXT was on at that time, and I believe they opened up with Adam Cole versus Matt Riddle for the NXT title.
Yes, very great match.
Yes, that was a really great match. So I did not get to see Sammy Guevara versus Kip Sabian.
Sammy Guevara versus Kip Sabian was on the first Double or Nothing. The first match on Dynamite was Cody and Sammy.
Oh, okay. Right, I'm forgetting that first we had Double or Nothing, and then we had AEW Cable.
Yeah.
Right. Double or Nothing. Let's see. What was I believe that was my first match too. But now that we're here in the present, we've gone from company to company. We've gone through reminiscing through the times. Guys, it is now time for the All Elite Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Forbidden Door Predictions 2022 video. Let's get it started with the team of Swerve in our glory.
You have to believe that's their name.
I believe so. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland are formerly known as Isaiah Swerve Scott versus former IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions Kanemaru and El Desperado. Also, Despy, freshly off of Best of Super Juniors finals. He got robbed. Hiromu should not have won a fourth fucking time.
I can agree. They give Hiromu a bit too much.
But how do you feel about this match, Zay?
Well, for starters, being a man of color, I do enjoy that there is some melanin on the card, even if it is the pre-show. I also, I think Swerve and Desperado are going to have really great chemistry. Not sure about Kanemaru and Lee, but Keith Lee is a very great performer. I haven't seen much of Kanemaru, so I can't really give you a justification for his style. But I think between Desperado, Lee, and Swerve is going to be a very high-octane match.
I wouldn't expect you to know much about Kanemaru because 9 out of 10 times, Kanemaru is mainly in action when he's teaming with Despy, but El Desperado has been on one giant singles tear since 2021.
Yeah.
So Kanemaru's just kind of just been chilling.
The Marty.
Despy's fine. He don't need me. And as for Swerve, actually, first thing first about this match, I actually would take out Kanemaru and I would switch him out with Lance Archer. Because
why didn't they think of that? That's a damn good idea. You need a big man for Keith.
Exactly. Junior heavyweight for junior heavyweight and heavyweight for heavyweight. Suzuki Gun is still Suzuki Gun. And basically, how I feel about this, not about this, how I feel about Lance Archer and whatever matches he's in, they need to be big. Like, they need to have big purpose. And personally, Lance is in his best environment when it's Suzuki Gun related. Even if this is pre-show or buy-in show, whatever the fuck you guys want to call it, it's still Suzuki Gun, and Lance shines in Suzuki Gun moments.
He does seem like he prefers working in Japan. Like, he's had his fun in the U.S., but you can tell his roots are in Japan, and that's where he performs his best and is the most comfortable.
Of course. But as for how this match will go, I believe that Keith Lee and Swerve are going to win this match and hopefully get back on the same page. I do think that Keith Lee is, how do I say this? Taking it too personal that Swerve eliminated him in that battle royal.
Yeah, I hear you. Would say, for me, I feel like the heel turn is coming for one of them. I feel like Swerve has the cocky nature for it to be him, but I'm also very interested in what Keith would do with that more asshole persona, considering he's probably the most lovable guy in wrestling history.
Yeah, I can definitely see Swerve as the heel here, especially because I did not watch Swerve in NXT during his whole Hit Row run and all that. I actually gave up on Swerve after he lost to Santos Escobar for the Cruiserweight title.
Right.
So I heard all these things about Hit Row, and I want to say that I was kind of giving up on NXT. So if I wanted to watch Hit Row, they would have to come to the main roster. And, my exposure to Hit Row was BFAB getting released after like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And then 3 months later, the rest of Hit Row got released. So I never got like a real feel for Hit Row unless it was like videos on YouTube, which eventually I did go into watching. And, I would love to see a heel Swerve as long as he gets Hit Row back. Because singles by himself, heel Swerve, he feels like he's missing something.
I feel like in Lucha Underground he was Killshot, I believe. And
that's his name?
Yeah, I think it was Killshot, or yeah, it was Killshot. I didn't watch much Lucha Underground, but I watched this particular match the other day because it was their version of like 3 Stages of Hell. And he's really good. Like, he has the presentation to do it. It's just, I don't think the crowd's gonna warm up to him without people around him. He's a very much a faction leader type of guy.
Right. And I would prefer Swerve to be the one to turn, just because I know it wasn't flat out stated, but we did get like a little taste of heel Keith Lee in WWE, and it just felt flat.
Yeah, whatever they were doing with Bearcat wasn't working in the slightest.
But I believe we both have Swerve in Our Glory.
Yes.
All right. So on to our next match. This is gonna be the fucking fastest one, I gotta say. It is. It is the fucking Factory or Nightmare Family, QT Marshalls that shows up on AEW Dark, which no one watches, and Aaron Solos that is only apparent on Sammy's vlog, versus the team of Go-To Yoshihashi, or just Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, the walking meme, the man that went face first into Steel Steps, the man that outdid Titus World Slide. Zay, in case like you don't know like the whole Yoshihashi incident, basically Yoshihashi, it was Yoshihashi, Jay White, and Okada. Jay was beating up Okada, and Yoshihashi was supposed to do a run-in segment and save him, right?
Right.
Yoshihashi runs as fast as he can, and he goes head first on the steel steps of the New Japan.
Ooh.
Yeah, like that dude was bleeding profusely. Like you would think he took blading lessons from Ric Flair.
Random question. I can't quite remember, but someone told me that Yoshihashi, or Yoshihashi used to be Yoshitatsu in WWE.
No. That is complete lies. That is complete bullshit. Don't worry. I heard that same thing back in 2017.
That's what I thought, because they don't even look similar in my eyes.
Oh, absolutely, they do not. But believe it or not, I was actually thinking about skipping this match because why the fuck are we having the guys that were tag champions in January at Wrestle Kingdom facing the Factory?
I can see that. But also, the Factory isn't terrible. QT's a very serviceable wrestler. I just think their place on the card doesn't really serve each other. Goto and Hashi are very much like tag team. Like, they're the type of team I would expect to be facing FTR, United Empire, and Roppongi Vice.
Right.
But I don't mind this. I think QT and Goto are gonna have decent exchanges because they're both very good, just are professional wrestlers. But it's very clearly gonna be Goto and Hashi, isn't it?
Keep talking. Is it? Keep talking.
Yeah, like, it's very obviously going to be Goto and Yoshihashi winning, because the Factory just isn't going to get a win on a pay-per-view. It's kind of obvious. But you know what? I think we're going to have a full card of really good matches, and this may just be a sleeper for tag team wrestling.
Okay, I'm back. And as much as I want to be optimistic about this tag match, and I would love to say this is a sleeper, but my problem is the last time I saw QT Marshall, and I'll be honest here, guys, I don't watch fucking Dark. I don't watch Dark. I'll rarely watch Rampage. If it's not Wednesday, I ain't watching. So the last time I saw QT Marshall was against the Big Show in a 3-minute squash match.
Right.
And the last time I saw Aaron Solo was on Tuesday on Sammy's vlog. Wow. If I look at Yoshihashi, I can say I saw him in the New Japan Cup. I've seen him on the Road 2 shows. I've seen Goto, same thing. It just feels like a match where people were built up and these people were just there to fill in a slot. But I, without a doubt, do have Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto taking this W.
This should probably be the match to open the entire pay-per-view. Not the main show, but like the pre-show.
Yeah. I sure do hope so. But on to our next match, which I'm hoping this is the opener. It is the team of Lay Sex Gods, Sammy Guevara, and Chris Jericho. Wait, it is Lay Sex Gods, Sammy Guevara, the Wizard, the... How many nicknames does this guy have? The Painmaker, the Influencer, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roll, Y2J, the Alpha, Judas himself, Chris Jericho. I would have gone longer, but this would have been a 3-hour video if I was here naming Chris Jericho's accomplishments.
Oh, well, I have a personal favorite nickname of Chris Jericho's, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roll.
Personally, for me, it's Y2J. It's them. It is the fucking king. It is. I'm not fucking saying Murder Grandpa. If anyone calls this man Murder Grandpa, I hope you wake up in the middle of the night and he forearms the shit out of you. It is the fucking king, Minoru Suzuki. The former ROH TV champion versus the team of New York City's own Eddie Kingston. Wait, one moment. I like to say the names as they're aligning with the screen. So it's New York City's own Eddie Kingston, the ROH Pure champion Wheeler Yuta, and John Moxley's young boy, son-in-law, maybe adopted son, Shota Umino, the Shooter, in I believe, a regular 6-man tag match, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this match?
Well, firstly, I'm glad to see Shota back.
It's always good seeing the Shooter.
I remember when Mox first went to Japan, I was very enthralled by the fact that he just had this young lion with him that, to me, seemed like he could do so good in the ring, but Moxley was just beating the shit out of him. It was very fun storyline for his Death Rider start. And it's glad to see that they're bringing that back in and they haven't forgot about him and Moxley's relationship. I also think this is a great place for Eddie to get a win, building up the blood and guts.
I would say for me, it's great to see Eddie in this tag match, but there's so much going on in the background that I couldn't care less that it's Wheeler Yuta and Shota Umino teaming with him. More so less, I would have preferred like Santana and Ortiz because, you know, there's a huge story going on between Jericho. Sorry guys for the background. You guys already know New York City's loud as shit. There's like so much going on with Jericho, Eddie, Santana and Ortiz, just the Jericho Appreciation Society, just all of these guys. There's so much going on to the point where it's like, if you show me this match, I'm gonna be like, what does Suzuki have to do with this? Like, even if it's something simple, like, hey, Jericho paid off Suzuki Gun. Easy.
Right.
That is like an easy way to defend this. It's just, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Suzuki. It was a fucking war crime for quote unquote New Japan fans or AEW, you know, I'm going to say AEW fans to look at El Desperado show up on Wednesday and ask, who is that? Like, I'm not asking you to win a game of New Japan trivia, but I do not expect you to be excited for a New Japan show and ask, who is that? It's a junior heavyweight. Come on.
Right. And even if you don't know who it is, I mean, when they appear on your screen, you
Google
should
them.
be taking the time. Yeah, take the time to go look into their matches. It's not AEW's job to present all the people to you straightforward.
Actually, I was going to save this for the closing act, but I actually want to just bring this up. Zay, you yourself are a wrestling content creator, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I myself am a wrestling content creator here on Talk for Glory, here on TikTok. And I have seen so many wrestling content creators do 1,000 times better of a job explaining what's going on week to week for Forbidden Door more than JR, more than Taz, more than Excalibur, more than fucking Tony Khan himself has done a better job of.
Absolutely.
So, Zach, I 1,000% agree with you. It is not the outside, it should not be the outside force's job to explain who this person is to you.
However,
otherwise, MJF ain't the only guy that should be deserving some pay here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey Tony, I think some wrestling content creators are owed some money here because you didn't do a good job of explaining shit.
Yeah, I would say TikTok built this show a little bit better than he did. But
absolutely.
Everything, I can understand there being a troublesome time promoting everything, but you know, it's a young promotion. Hopefully, they get it better next year.
I'll even say if you need to, wait 3 years.
Yeah, maybe. Really build up the next time you're going to have these two companies clash. I'd like it to be yearly because I think by the time next year comes around, there won't be as many injuries or anything. And we could really get that super show we want. But also, take your time.
But back to this match. Who do you got winning this? I myself, I'll admit, I am a fucking latex god's mark. I hate Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti on my screen. Not in a, oh, they're such a good heel. It's that telling me you're in a relationship is not a fucking character. That's me. I've been very open about how I want Sammy Guevara's character to evolve in some way, somehow. And I have constantly said, on camera, off camera, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, that Chris Jericho should be Sammy Guevara's manager after he decides I'm not going to wrestle anymore.
Absolutely. And I don't even think Tay Conti is a harm to his act. I think what they're doing together is a harm to the act.
Yeah.
If you gave Tay Conti like a very overzealous personality like Sammy had when he first came in, it would work. But right now, you just have two annoying characters always interacting together.
And it's not like, oh, this is good character work. It's just, is there anything more to this?
Exactly.
But yeah, I got the King and Lay Sex Gods winning this, getting that W.
I have Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino, mainly because with the JSS winning at Double or Nothing, I think you need to build some credibility for Eddie to win, because obviously I think the Blackpool Combat Club is going to win Blood and Guts, and it's very important that you got to make Eddie look viable in the coming week. So just this, it's literally going to be this coming Wednesday.
That's actually insanely believable. That's a good pick. Time to get to our next match. Another fucking 6-man. Well, originally it was supposed to be an 8-man, but as I was setting up for Jose, I hear a little echo on your mic again. But as I was setting up for Talk to Glory for this video, I looked on Twitter and I saw that Hiromu Takahashi unfortunately has a fever.
Right.
So this match has been changed to a 6-man tag of the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo versus Shingo Takagi and Darby Allin and Sting. Oh, and Hikaleo's just ringside.
It's breaking out a lot on your end.
Oh, it is? All right, 1 second.
Hello, the people of YouTube. You know, y'all can go follow me at The Star Before Time on TikTok while he's fixing his audio. I'm gonna plug up. Feel me? Say 3.0 on YouTube. Check out the music too. It's not only a
Okay, how do I sound?
A lot better.
Okay, so now it's a 6-man tag match involving El Phantasmo, the Young Bucks, versus Darby, Sting, and Shingo Takagi.
I don't personally like the name they gave Sting, Darby, and Takagi.
Dudes with attitudes.
Yeah, I think that shit's mad corny.
However, I don't get. I really don't get it.
I don't either. It's probably some like old school wrestling reference or something, with Sting being like, you know, an 80s/90s guy.
I think this was Darby's idea of the name.
That doesn't make it. I mean, it kind of fits who Darby is, but still a bad name.
I think I like this match. I do, but like I've already brought up previously, the build and adding people randomly without background knowledge is an issue.
Absolutely.
I know who the Young Bucks are. I know who Sting is. I know who Darby is. Who the fuck is Shingo Takagi?
Right, and I mean, as New Japan fans, we know who Shingo Takagi is, but
AEW fan doesn't.
If you would have just said like, oh, the man who's had so many great matches against Will Ospreay, someone we already know is like, who's been on TV and the fans obviously know a lot better, that would have been enough.
Yeah, like I'm not asking you to go through his Dragon Gate history. You could have easily said some light things that interest you. He is a part of a faction called Los Ingobernables de Japón. The name originated from CMLL. Andrade El Idolo was in that group. Boom, there's your interest. Wait, a faction that Andrade first started? Oh, he's in there? Let me go look him up.
Right. And even if, like, you just had Andrade open up a new leg of Los Ingobernables with Rouge.
Oh, it's actually not new. It was on ROH.
Oh, well, shit, my bad. Well,
nah, it's all good. We're all learning shit new.
You just introduced that faction on TV. You could have simply threw in there like, oh, other members in Japan include like Shingo Takagi, Naito, like saying shit like that. People would hear those names and be like, oh, let me go look it up.
Like, that's all you have to do. It would not have been rocket science to just, hey, here's some fun facts. Former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. This man has beaten Okada for the world title. This man has had classics with Will Ospreay. He main evented night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom.
Hell, off topic a bit, but I don't know why Naito's not on the card.
Honestly, I would agree with you as to why isn't Naito on the card. But at the same time, I believe if you have Naito on the card, nobody's going to care unless it's Andrade.
Facts. You almost definitely had to have him wrestle Andrade, and CMLL wasn't going to let that slide.
Yeah, CMLL was like, yeah, no, we ain't having that shit. So, yeah, I think that's why we're not having Naito, because you could have given me, like, you could have given me Naito versus MJF, Naito versus Jericho, Naito fucking QT Marshall, Naito versus Hangman Page. All anyone would have wanted was Andrade versus Naito. But I was actually looking forward to this. I was actually looking forward to, like, the idea of Naito showing up at the Forbidden Door, and then him and Andrade would have a moment. But then I found out the whole CMLL AAA fiasco.
Right.
But as for this match, I gotta go with the Super Kick Master. Actually, why isn't that their fucking name? Why isn't that fucking the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo's name, the Super Kick Masters? For thanks again, AEW, for not giving me any background information on El Phantasmo. Luckily, I'm a New Japan fan.
Right.
For you guys that don't know, El Phantasmo, I believe 2021, 2022, or just strictly it was 2021 and 2022. He had a variation of the Styles Clash and a Super Kick as a finisher. Now, it was then unveiled that apparently he had a piece of metal in his boot. That Super Kick's name was called Sudden Death. Yeah, there was a piece of metal in his boot. I'm still claiming that Robbie Eagles or Rocky Romero put that piece of metal there. We call it the Wrestle Kingdom screw job.
Enigma, your mic is messing up again.
Yeah, I know. One sec. There we go.
To continue the conversation,
but yeah, so wait, give me another sec. Cars are coming by.
What the fuck?
Okay, I'm back. And basically, El Phantasmo's finisher was the Sweet Chin Music for a while. And I'm not going to say the Super Kick for a while. And that was kind of the thing. You know, Sweet Chin Music, Super Kick, whatever. So why couldn't that be the name of El Phantasmo on the Young Bucks? But we've been on this match for a little too long. I personally have ELP and Young Bucks going on in this. Yep. Zay?
Sorry. Sorry, I was talking on my phone. Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, it's okay. Wait.
But
do you have wired headphones?
Say that again.
Do you have wired headphones and not AirPods?
No, I'm just using the phone.
Or are you just using? Okay. I heard like there's something hitting. But anyways, yeah. So I have ELP and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I had the Bucks and El Phantasmo too. I feel like that's kind of the obvious winner, especially with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish not being there.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of how I see it too. And as much as I don't want to say this is like a one faction show. I want to say it's a New Japan show. 9 out of 10 people are technically here for Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I say this? Basically, it's like the Young Bucks and someone from Bullet Club. Also, I love how wrestling fans say that the Young Bucks and Kenny and AJ and Devitt are still Bullet Club. But even on the screen here, it says Bullet Club and the Young Bucks. Like, guys, say whatever the fuck you want. Tama kicked them out.
I'll kind of see after Kenny comes back, I could see the Bucks getting kicked out of Bullet Club again in favor for Adam Red Dragon.
So kicking out the Elite Part 2 and welcoming the Undisputed Era?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's going to be a very good match regardless of who wins or loses, because we're talking about the Young Bucks, Sting, El Phantasmo, Darby, Shingo Takagi. This is an all-star lineup.
Yeah, I think we've been on this match for a little way too long.
Oh, yeah. Let's shit.
All right. Next match will be Zen SJ, the man that'll save us from warm beer, Zack Sabre Jr., New Japan Cup 2022 winner, versus anyone's guess.
Well, for starters, I'm sorry. I got siblings.
You're cutting out like really hard right now, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Wait. Mute yourself real quick and try to fix your audio. In the meantime, I'll just talk. There we go. But so unfortunately, Young Smooth couldn't be here, but I really do wish he was, because this match isn't just something that's been going on in the wrestling community. This has been something that's been going on between Talk for Glory themselves. I myself, on my fucking deathbed, will say with pure abso-fucking-lute confidence, have said Zack Sabre Jr. is better than Daniel Bryan, better known as Bryan Danielson, better than the American Dragon. I believe that the pure absolute techers that Zack Sabre Jr. displays is 100% better than Bryan Danielson. And I really wish Young Smooth were here to just debate me on that. Because, guys, right now I believe we're 30 minutes plus into this. And I can just say now that, trust me, it'll be going on a lot longer, because I still, no matter what anyone says, right now, tomorrow, and Monday, I'll still say Zack Sabre Jr. is better than Bryan Danielson.
I think you tripping. Zack Sabre
Wait, what was
Jr.
that?
Tripping. I think you tripping. Zack Sabre Jr. is very, very talented, but Bryan just got the finesse in the ring.
I'm fucking fighting everyone. I'll be the 1v everyone when it comes to this talk.
Like, I can see where you're getting at. Like, Zack Sabre Jr. probably is a better pure submission wrestler, but when it comes to just working the mat, working your opponent and the crowd, Bryan's got it in spades.
Honestly, again, I'll fucking debate everyone here, but unfortunately, it's not the American Dragon. It's Bryan Danielson. No, it's not the American Dragon. It's not Bryan Danielson. So, right now, there's currently 3 guesses. It is currently Cassius Ohno, Cesaro, Cassius Ohno, and Johnny Gargano. Those are the top 3 names right now to face him. And I couldn't care less if Zack loses this, because I'm still going to be talking that shit. I will keep that same energy, guys. Here at Talk for Glory, We don't talk and say we play characters. It is real from the heart. It is today, tomorrow. We keep that same energy. And Zay, you're against me. Smooth's against me. The people that were against me when I said that it's going to be 4-1 with Okada and Jay White were against me. We keep that same energy. There ain't no playing no characters here.
Yeah, you got a point.
So yeah, I'll be quick about this one. I think it's Johnny Gargano. This will be his AEW debut, and I think he'll get that W from Zack Sabre Jr.
Right. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win this match since it depends. If it's someone who's more experienced in the indie scene, Zack Sabre Jr. is probably going to win the match. But if we're looking at like a Cesaro or a Johnny Gargano, they're going to win. I see ZSJ beating Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, whatever you want to call him. But with new debuts, I don't think he's beating Claudio or Johnny Gargano.
All right, that's a very hard take. Time for our next one. It is for the AEW Women's Championship, Sandbag Rosa versus Juice Robinson's hot ass wife, Toni fucking Storm. I'm sorry, I meant Thunder Rosa. I love Thunder Rosa, but after hearing that she sandbags her opponents, I'm kind of scared that she's controversial backstage and then takes her frustrations out in the ring. Zay, if you don't...
I've heard a lot about the sandbagging and how there's been some trouble with Thunder Rosa in the ring recently. But I feel like with Toni Storm, we won't see that. Two very talented wrestlers, two wrestlers who clearly want to wrestle each other. Pretty obvious winner, but predictability is not a bad thing in professional wrestling. I got Thunder Rosa.
I got Toni Storm. All right. Oh wait, I forgot to fucking change this match, but whatever. For the SWA Stardom Championship, I mean the AEW All Atlantic Championship match. It is the Bastard Pack, the Bulgarian Brute, the Redeemer, Miro versus Kickboxing Master Malachi Black versus I know it's not fucking Ishii. I'm fucking forgetting
Clark
right now.
Connors.
Yeah, Clark Connors, fucking New Japan Dojo Boy. All right, it's a triple threat match. Clark ain't winning. Call it bias, call it whatever. I got the Bastard Pack winning. How about you, Zay?
I feel like Miro or Malachi needs this win more. I want Malachi to win though.
Got it. Some gold for the House of Black.
Very important that they get some gold on them.
But also, guys, for the guys that are watching, I know that this match has gone, this video has gone 43 minutes. The reason why some of these matches are being speed ran is because the other matches are going to take a while to fucking talk about. So speaking of other matches, it is a winner take all, the first ever winner takes all between a New Japan and Ring of Honor titles since 2019, where myself and Young Smooth went to Madison Square Garden. It is fuck the revival. I mean FTR. Well, you know what that means. It is Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler versus the United Empire, guys. Remember what I said in the beginning of the video? I want to see fucking crowns up whenever we talk about the United Empire. It is the Imperial Unit, Jeff Cobb, and the Great Okan versus Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. I normally am excited for FTR matches, but I kind of feel like Roppongi Vice is kind of fucking it up for me. I like Roppongi, but I don't think this is their match to be in.
No. This isn't their match to win at all.
So, at least on the bright side of these things, I will say this. Trent or Rocky get to go on a nice tour of the island as Jeff Cobb and Great Okan walk into G1 with double gold as the new ROH Tag Team Champions and still the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
Personally, I think the best story being told right now is going to be FTR with every tag title in wrestling.
FTR with all the gold. That is what I've seen in a lot of places. I have seen FTR takes all the gold as of late.
I didn't catch that last part.
So, if you believe that FTR takes all the gold, Zay, you also believe that we're going to get a winner-take-all match between the Young Bucks and FTR. Zay?
Right. This is by far going to be match of the night if the heavyweight title match isn't.
I do think that it will be match of the night. I really do.
FTR rarely misses with these bangers. Yeah, FTR's IWGP champion sounds phenomenal.
It really does sound badass. Like, I like it. But Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan. All right, it looks like we've lost our guest. I think it looks like we've lost Zay, so we're gonna wait a moment as he rejoins us. Let's see. UE for the win. There we go. Wait a minute. Zamaron Smith. I see you're new here to Talk for. Welcome to Talk for Glory. So just letting you know, since you brought up the United Empire, I'm going to need you to throw up the crowns as we always do here on Talk for Glory, talking about our Commonwealth Kingpin, Will Ospreay, our Imperial Unit, Jeff Cobb, our Great Okan. You guys already know why he's great. He's earned that name. While we talk about the Australian sensation Aussie Open, while we talk about the street rage future of Aaron Hanare, while we talk about the fireball, Francesco Akira, while we talk about the number one enemy. There we go. We got the crowns up. I love to fucking see it. As we talk about the public enemy, number one, TJP. For you guys that don't know, the new IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions, Akira, Francesco, and TJP. But guys, as I wait for Zay to return, how I got this match going, I do have the United Empire winning. Some bias, no bias. Oh, you did give me your predictions. Dude, nice to finally have you in our comment section of Talk for Glory. Normally it's a two-person show. Right now it's just me, but trust me, you're going to see two guys just talking about wrestling eventually. But yeah, I got the United Empire winning this. All right, guys, so if Zay cannot return by Speak of the Devil. One moment. Okay. There we go. Everything okay there?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My nephew unplugged my phone and it died.
It's all good. You're actually sounding a lot better.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't know what like the audio was. Maybe your phone had to die to just restart. Maybe you had to restart your phone.
Yeah, it probably was fucking up because it's crystal clear now.
Gotcha. Yeah, now you sound 1,000 times better. But see, I've already given my predictions. The United Empire takes this dub. I've even hyped them up. I've hyped up every single fucking member. So how about you give me your 2 cents on FTR?
I think Dax and Cash are the best tag team in the world today. They need to win the titles. I'm okay with United Empire walking away here, but if you want to have the best team as your champions, it needs to be FTR.
The best team. See, that guys, I'm gonna need you guys to comment. Who do you think is the best team? And I'm not gonna say Roppongi Vice is a sleeper. I'm saying these guys are overlooked. They are outclassed. This is not their weight class.
No, this is not their match to win at all. They're there for the pin.
I love Rocky. I love Trent, but one of them is taking a nice tour of the islands. And as for Zay, one of them will be taking a brutal pile driver.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, but since we're on the talk of the United Empire, we are not done because now we talk about the new IWGP United States champion and the current Rev Pro British heavyweight champion, the unpinned, unsubmitted, yours, my Commonwealth Kingpin, Will Ospreay. Also, Juice, give him the fucking belt and give him his money. Versus fucking Orange Cassidy.
Ooh. Now,
guys,
I do believe this is the first singles match on the card.
Yeah, we fucking went through a whole bunch of multi-man, so here's the singles.
I mean, we seen what Ospreay and Cassidy gave us that preview on Dynamite or Ramp. It was Dynamite, yeah. This match is going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to once again see Orange Cassidy bring out his wrestling chops, his ability to work the crowd and show he's actually a damn good wrestler outside of being a comedy performer. And there's no better opponent to do that with than Will Ospreay. Will's going to win this match, but there's no better way to showcase Orange.
I have said this multiple times, off camera, on camera. Orange Cassidy is good, but he is not stepping the ring with Will Ospreay good, to me. I would have had Buddy Matthews face Will Ospreay, Pac face Will Ospreay, fucking Dax Hardwood for the U.S. title. I don't care, just anyone but Orange. I would have had Trent face Ospreay for the U.S. title because Zay, in case like you haven't noticed, the people that turn on Shinsuke eventually start feuding with people in Chaos. Like when Jay turned his back on Chaos, he feuded with Ishii, he feuded with Goto, he feuded with Ospreay, he feuded. Fucking Rocky Romero still talks shit to him on commentary.
Yeah.
And Will could have, done the same thing. I turned my back on Okada, now I need to face members of Chaos. So Trent would have been a better pick for me.
Right. I also think some people forget Orange is in Chaos.
I ain't counting that bullshit.
Not a lot of people do. But I mean, technically
I'll count that shit when I count the Elite in Bullet Club, which ain't ever fucking happening.
You got a point. I think if they lessen the comedy aspect of Orange Cassidy, he could be a viable member of Chaos. But they gotta
drop the comedy. They gotta drop the kicks.
Right. I wouldn't even say drop
Young
the kicks.
Smooth, I hope he's said in the comments. I compare Orange Cassidy to Stone Cold Steve Austin because for you guys that don't know or you guys that didn't see our 100 subscriber viewers, 100 subscribers video 3 years ago, me and Young Smooth set our ages. I was, I believe, 19 or 20 when that video came out. I'm currently 23 years old. So I grew up with people idolizing Stone Cold, and one of the things that people would say about Stone Cold was, oh, he gets to fuck up his boss. I wish I could do that. Because let's be honest here, guys. If you're a retail worker, you're a fucking janitor, you're a fucking teacher, you ain't punching your boss and working the next day.
Absolutely not.
So I compare Stone Cold and Orange Cassidy in this way. Stone Cold Steve Austin, from what I was told, why they would love him, the guy that will punch his boss and everyone wish he could do that. Orange Cassidy is that worker that shows up at work and just says, fuck it, fire me.
Yeah.
That is who Orange Cassidy is to me. He's the worker that is begging you to get fired and he doesn't give two shits. He won't even give you the 2-week notice. But As for this match, I am hoping that Will Ospreay delivers a hidden blade to the face. I don't want it to be back of the head. I want it to be right in Orange Cassidy's face. And I'll say this. I'm willing for this close. I'm willing for this ending. I'm willing to see Rock Hard Juice Robinson show up in AEW because, like I said, his hot ass wife Toni Storm's gonna have a match. I would be fine if Rock Hard Bullet Club's newest member Juice Robinson showed up. The match ended in a DQ. Juice beats Will's ass. Juice beats Orange's ass. Orange Juice, fuck. He beats both of their ass, but some way, somehow, Will gets the red belt. He gets the U.S. title. So it's just like, fuck it. This match was a DQ, but I finally got the U.S. title. Now all you need to do left is give me that fucking red boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Will Ospreay winning this.
Yeah, I got Will too.
All right, so we're down to the final two matches. First one is a fatal 4-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I'll go off with the challengers first. It is the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion, pure absolute cowboy shit, Hangman Adam fucking Page. And I know this is AEW and a New Japan thing, but I'm still gonna bring up fucking accomplishments everywhere. The three-time ROH champion, the longest reigning NXT champion, the first ever NXT North American champion, the PWG World Champion, the man that held down NXT, the spirit that returned back to life, Adam Cole, baby, versus the Rainmaker, the guy that held the IWGP title for way too fucking long in my eyes, the guy that can't beat Jay White, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. And now this is the part where this video goes from almost an hour video to a 3-hour video as I list off King Switch, baby. King Switch, the last rock and roller, the first ever real Grand Slam winner, never open weight champion, Intercontinental champion, US champion, heavyweight championship, world heavyweight championship, the man that single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden, the catalyst of professional wrestling, if you will. One more, the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, beating Okada. 4-1, guys. Go watch Dominion videos. 4-1. Jay fucking White.
Ooh, that was quite an introduction. Now, this match, for me, may just be one of the hardest to pick because, you know, obviously, Jay White is the current champion. He just won the title. However, Okada is always a danger to that title.
He is New Japan's forever champion in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. He is the Triple H of New Japan.
I would say Roman Reigns.
Ooh, that's a better one. Except Okada can wrestle.
Wait, what was that?
That's a really good one, except Okada can wrestle.
It's a good one.
So, if I had to just go off of, like, just pure instincts, this is probably Jay White's match. However, the wrestling fan in me would love to see the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on an AEW star. And it might be time to put a title on Adam Cole.
You just put a title on Adam Cole.
A defendable title on Adam Cole.
Right.
But, you know, safe bet is always Jay White or Okada. Stop rambling.
I'm going to go with Jay White for the simple fact of, let's go through the records here. Hangman Adam Page, 2-0. Okada, 4-1. Adam Cole, soon to be 4-0, 1-0.
Yeah.
And throughout that intro I just did, let's go through the names that King Switch over here had to beat to get said titles. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Kazuchika Okada, 4-1. Intercontinental Championship, Tetsuya Naito, robbing him of his destino. Never open weight, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Also the man that is constantly chasing Jay White now.
And of course, you can't forget the man that beat Kenny Omega for the U.S. title.
There we go.
White.
I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting a title where people will constantly forget. And if wrestling had sports stats, Jay White has a better win ratio than Kenny Omega when it comes to the previous names I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, people want to talk about what? The Wrestle Kingdom match that Omega lost, the time limit draw that had no winner, the G1 match that Omega won, the 2 out of 3 falls that Kenny finally won. Well, Jay White's what? Again, 4-1 with Okada?
Yeah.
Oh, and just for some extra stats, Jay has more W's over Ibushi than Omega ever has.
Oh, Jesus. That's a really good point.
But yeah, I got King Switch here.
No, I'm gonna go off the wall here. I'm gonna pick Adam Cole.
All right, I like that. And hopefully we get Adam Cole in the G1 if he wins.
Absolutely.
All right, time for the final match. And since we're at our final match, I just want to say thank you. Despite us having some audio errors, some connection errors, I'm really glad that you were able to be here on Talk for Glory. We've talked here and there. We followed each other on TikTok, followed each other on Instagram. So it was really glad to have you here.
Yeah, man, it was an absolute blast to do this. I've been wanting to do podcasts and of the such in the wrestling community for a while now, and for this to be the first one I've done, it means a lot. And I'm glad that finally we can have an actual vocal conversation and people can get a better feel of like me outside of the content.
Right. We here at Talk for Glory, we love, talking to wrestling fans, wrestling content creators. So, wait, one more thing we're going to do is we're going to read comments.
Of course.
So, Cash Money, I always love seeing you here, Zay. Cash Money is a loyal TFG fan. He's in most of our comments videos. He says, I've been waiting for this. Dude, I'm glad that Talk for Glory delivered the predictions video. Young Smooth is always missed here, man. I swear to God. Zamarin Smith. Is it okay if I just call you Zam? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's Zamarian.
Zamarin Smith. I see that we've been talking on Instagram, so I'm glad that you're here as well. And Zay, I see you have a friend here, Jay Johnson.
Yeah, went to school with him. What's up?
Great, so
glad that you came and joined the podcast, bro. It's always good to see people.
I see a Devin Jan. Yep, here at Talk for Glory, we don't fucking appreciate negativity, and I don't like looking at comments up until, we're at this point. And I see that you typed in, this is boring. So you aren't the first person to be negative on Talk for Glory. My question is, how the fuck did you get here? How did you get to a wrestling podcast if this is boring? You're in the wrong show, man.
Yeah, honestly. Like, podcasts are designed for people to talk, and it's not a video. We're not sitting here with no editing, no cuts, no nothing. This is just two people talking about a passion. So if it's boring to you, that's on you. And you're
in the wrong place, my friend. And Smooth, I've constantly said it that you're constantly missed here, man. I see that you were talking during the me hyping up Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson stuff. Trust me, man. I'm gonna call you after this, and I'm gonna keep that same energy because we don't play characters. This is real. Let's see. Oh, and you also have Miro. You have Miro taking that W for the you don't know how bad I want to say the SWA title because I'm thinking of Stardom, but the Atlantic Championship. And Cash Money, you threw up the crowns, and Zam, you also did as well. Or Z. And Smooth, I see that you've also picked FTR.
And best tag team in the world.
Best tag team in the world. See, again, I'll fight everyone for this. Tomorrow, win, lose, I'm going to keep that same energy for the review. And Cashman, I know you like that Jay White intro. Also, I like the fact that at one point we did have 11 viewers here. You guys aren't just viewers. You guys have a voice. You guys can talk. I enjoy every one of these conversations, every one of these podcast episodes. This is episode 127. This is Talk for Glory. This is the Forbidden Door. And this is our main event. It is Jon Moxley versus the Ace of the Universe, Hiroshi Tanahashi, for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
Allow me to give these two men a quick intro. For this match, we have the master of unscripted violence, a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, one of the many disciples of the great William Regal, Jon Moxley, going against the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of the absolute greatest men to step in any ring around the world. I believe JR called him the Bret Hart of New Japan.
Oh.
Which is quite the endorsement in my mind. And for this match, I think the right choice is Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I love that intro. That was fucking amazing. You did it for both guys instead of just one like I did. Yeah. Before we get into this match, I just want to say AEW, Tony Khan, you did something that New Japan couldn't. You acknowledged a fake champion. For anyone that watched any of Talk for Glory's 2021 videos, I would constantly, whenever talking about a Shingo Takagi match, say for the interim World Heavyweight Championship. So I'm glad that AEW acknowledges interim champions, unlike New Japan.
Right.
But onto this match. I want to bring up something that I saw while setting up. Tanahashi basically flamed Jon Moxley by saying the following. I wasn't ducking you. I wasn't dodging you. I was waiting for you to get on my level. And you're finally there.
He little brothered that nigga.
He really did. He really sunned him.
And I mean, that just builds hype for this match because it's a match that has been 3 years in the making, has created a lot of great moments between these two, whether it was with the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship or just interactions between them, Ospreay and Juice, which I believe was the match that got called off.
Yeah.
This is going to be a true showcase of two of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And like I said, the right choice is Hiroshi Tanahashi, so you could do Tanahashi versus Punk.
So yeah, again, Young Smooth isn't here, but me and Young Smooth talked about this. And I said that if Tanahashi wins, I need him to hold this title and face Punk. Also, fun fact for you guys. It wasn't Tony Khan. It wasn't Gato. It wasn't Bushi Rhodes themselves that thought of the trademark the name Forbidden Door. You want to know who thought of it? It was the Ace Tanahashi. For you guys that want more backstory, Tanahashi basically said the words Forbidden Door when fighting Chris Jericho 2 years ago at Wrestle Kingdom in a throwaway sentence saying, hey, if I beat you at Wrestle Kingdom, I get to go through the Forbidden Door and go on AEW and challenge you for the AEW World title.
I forgot about that. This is, again, another case of great long-term storytelling because from the start, Tanahashi has been eyeing that AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
From when Chris Jericho held it.
Yes. And not many people remember that Tanahashi is actually the man who coined that phrase.
Yep.
So now that we're finally seeing him, one, in an AEW ring, and two, competing for the AEW Championship, this is storytelling at its finest and maybe a little clunky, let's be real. But
yeah.
This is still a great story. These are two men that are going to fucking kill each other.
Honestly, it might take a Death Rider from the top rope to get the W.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, I believe you could do Moxley and Punk at any point in the future. Moxley does not need to be the interim champion to get to that match, especially since Mox is bound to be number one contender again by the end of the year. I think the right move is to give Tanahashi the title and go ahead and book that match with Punk for All Out or Full Gear whenever he'll be back.
After the G1.
Yes.
No, I came into this match thinking, Mox, Zay, I've got to be honest, you almost sold me. Almost. But I got to go with Jon Moxley taking this W, becoming the first ever two-time AEW World Champion, even if it says interim, just for the simple fact that as much as I don't like some people being 2 times, 3-time champions, if Jon Moxley wins this, after this, he'll be feuding with the JAS, and I just want to see just Jericho livid, because not only is Moxley the guy that beat Jericho for the title, now he's a 2-time.
Right. And nobody can argue Moxley stands as the greatest AEW World Champion.
That's a fucking hard take, because we got some Jon Moxleys and we have some Kenny Omegas. It's been a flip between those two.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if we're going based off story, Kenny did have the best stories in his run, but just pure wrestling with great matchups, a great title run, a great win, Moxley just may be the greatest. If he becomes a 2-time champion, he will be the greatest. At least until we get like a Bryan or a Kenny second run.
All right, so to close this one out, you've got the Ace, I've got Mox, and now the only thing to do left is to wait 24 hours till the Forbidden Door officially opens.
This is going to be one hell of a show. I don't care what anybody says about the build. It could have been better. Yes.
It could have been better, no doubt.
But this show is going to be one of the greatest pay-per-views of the year so far. And I believe they're going to pay off every bit of what the fans are expecting out of these two performers. Or all the performers on the card.
Wait, we got a comment. I wish they would have had Stardom wrestlers versus the AEW females. I need to see Azumi. Z, I need to see the young goat. Don't get me wrong. I need to see Azumi. But at first I thought, there's no way in fuck Bushi Road is going to allow Stardom and New Japan on one show. But I was wrong. That's not the situation. Apparently there is another show going on in Stardom today, technically, because in Japan, I believe it's 26 already.
Yes.
So that's why we couldn't get any Stardom wrestlers. Trust me, I would have loved to see Queen's Quest. I would have loved to see Kamitani. I would have loved to see Utami. I would have loved to see Azumi. I would have loved to see Hazuki. I would have loved to see Shuri. And for you guys that don't know who I'm talking about, Talk for Glory has a Stardom video talking about the champions of that time. Zay, you yourself, I remember during one of your lives, you said that you were trying to get into Stardom.
Yes.
Yeah, so Talk for Glory can help you with that as well. Also, guys, remember that Talk for Glory can help you with a lot of wrestling. We have had talks about Rev Pro, WWE, AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, all kinds of wrestling. Just remember, guys, that we're not going to talk about wrestling because you think it's cool or anything like that, because it's our podcast. So if we want to talk about things that we think is fine, like you guys that talk about, oh, Jay White's doing good in Impact. I'm not watching Impact, guys. Will Ospreay versus Brian Cage was great in Warrior Wrestling. I'm not watching Warrior Wrestling. And as much as I love British wrestling, I'm not watching Rev Pro like that.
You know, I'm checking out some indie wrestling here and there. Like I did see the Ospreay and Cage match. And, I peeped some Impact, but overall,
it's not like something that like you're willing to do if someone holds you at gunpoint.
Right. And it's also not something you're going to have a lot of conversation with, because these aren't the bigger names, the bigger promotions. Not a lot of people are going to even know who the hell you're talking about in a lot of cases.
Exactly. So that's why you're not going to see certain things on Talk for Glory, guys. But back to the Forbidden Door. Pretty sure that was everything. Zay, again, thank you so much for joining me on Talk for Glory. Smooth, you're fucking always missed. And to close
It's
us
unfortunate Snoop couldn't be on here with us. I would have loved to have a conversation with him as well.
dude, I'm sure he would have loved talking to you too, man. But to close us out, guys, let's talk about where you can reach some of us. You guys can always reach Young Smooth at Young Smooth TFG as he raises the TFG flag, proud as much as I do, as that's the only flag we're fucking raising. You guys can find me at Enigma_B4_ on Twitter. Zay, do you have a Twitter?
Yes, I do. At the star B4 time, not is THE star B4, as in like the letter B and the number 4, the word time.
And then you guys can follow me on my Instagram, which is Enigma_B4. Same thing with my TikTok. And Zay, your stuff?
It is Zay_3.0 on Instagram and the star before time on most other platforms. Also, if you are a music fan, that is something else I do. Maybe not the greatest, but I like mixing in my passions everywhere. So it's Zay 3.0 on musical platforms as well.
All right. Again, Zay, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone that comes and watches this, Z, welcome to Talk for Glory. Smooth, we miss you. Cash Money, always thank you for being here. Guys, this is episode 127. This is the Forbidden Door Predictions. I never before. Thank you, Zay, for joining us on Talk for Glory. And I hope everyone has a great night.
All right. Have a great night, everyone. Get some rest. Be loved. Care about the people you love. And make sure to check out all the content from V4, me, and any other wrestling TikTokers you find.